American health and fitness, setting the standard for a better you. From the beautiful Four Seasons Resort Aviara in Carlsbad, California.
We're here today bringing you another episode of the show that helps you create the life that you want. Hi, I'm Clark Bartram, and welcome to another exciting episode of American Health and Fitness. If you've tuned in before, you know you're not going to find anything like this anywhere else. Today we're going to train in a functionally correct manner you probably haven't seen before outside of this program. I'd like to welcome my co-host, Linda Williams. Linda, I'm glad you're here with us today.
Hey Clark, it's great to be here, and I'm really excited because I know we're going to have some fun today.
Now, Linda, you know that just about for everything we do, we need to have well-conditioned chest muscles.
I love a man with a strong chest, and of course, it's important for women too.
Now, obviously, the chest muscles are vital in all the push-pull exercises that we go through each day.
Even if you're just opening doors or performing chores around the house, the chest is a very important muscle group.
So true. So let's get started building a stronger chest for a balanced body. Done correctly, the flat dumbbell bench press is definitely the best overall chest conditioner and may also be the best overall upper body conditioner. This traditional chest conditioner can be altered to work within your flexibility range so that you remain injury-free while you condition and shape your whole torso. Now I have Linda's feet up on the bench because her legs are a little bit shorter, and if she put them down to the ground, it would put too much of an arch in her lower back. So we're going to just put those up there. And this actually makes you stabilize your body more when doing this.
Feels more comfortable for me being so short.
Now her range of motion, I'm just going to let her come down till her humerus is parallel to the ground. Okay, stopping that range of motion right there. It would be okay if you came all the way down, providing that you had that range of motion in your shoulders. But if you don't, you want to stop it right here. Most people don't know there is a 15-degree carryover in strength, meaning she's not going to lose strength by not coming all the way down. That carryover will take care of that. And once again, as always, you're inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the effort. You enjoying your suntan here while you're training today?
I'm loving it. I think I'm going to stay here for the rest of the afternoon.
Okay, and back up. Keep these in tight to your body. You don't want the dumbbells to sway out away from your body. You want to stay as close to your body as possible for safety, right in there, perfect. And if you have steel dumbbells, don't clang them together at the top because there's a good chance that a paint chip could come down and land right in your eye. We always talk about safety, and that's very important.
The seated pec deck is a solid variation on cable or dumbbell flies, provided you completely pre-exhaust the area with compound pectoral movements like dumbbell or traditional bench presses. This is a great exercise for isolating and shaping your whole chest. Now, it's important to remember it's not how much weight you lift, it's how you lift it, right, Clark?
That's a really good point. I'm convinced a lot of people lift way too heavy and jeopardize their form for the amount of weight that they're trying to lift.
I agree, and they make those funny noises too.
And range of motion is important too. My hands are not going past the midline of my body. This is a great one if you're going to go kangaroo boxing or something. It really strengthens you up.
Oh, here we go again.
And stretch and exhaling and squeezing it and holding it right there for a second and then lowering it back.
Perfect.
2 more and I'm out.
Way to go, Clark.
And you want to give this one a try? And when you're lowering this one back, make sure that you go around with the machine. You don't want to let your arms just fly back.
Okay.
Let me lighten it up for you. Hold on.
Just a touch.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Elbows up and back. There you go. Perfect form, just like that. Remember, don't stretch too far back on this one right here.
I like this machine.
And squeeze and exhale.
That little extra squeeze you get at the end.
This one you can find in any gym anywhere around the country. A good old pec deck. Slow controlled movement. There you go. And squeeze it. Hold it right there and then back. Yeah. Good. With the incline dumbbell bench press, we move up from working the muscles around the sternum or breastbone to the portion of your chest that it surrounds the clavicle. To completely condition the pectoral region, the upper pecs need to be worked in an inclined position, and the dumbbell motion forces each arm to balance its own weight, creating complete muscular coordination. Moving on to the upper chest. Linda's got her dumbbells in hand, ready to move, taking a nice, slow, controlled pace. Tempo, 3 down, there you go. And about a 2 count up. Stopping the range of motion right about here when the humerus is parallel with the floor. And I want to keep the dumbbells over the upper chest. Don't let it wander forward. You want to keep it over the part of the chest that you're working here. And you can know that by where your humerus is lined up right across there. You know that you're working that portion of the chest. One more and I'll go.
Okay.
And when you set your weights down, make sure you set it down in a nice deadlift kind of a motion. You don't want to bend over. If you bend over on that bench, you put so much more stress in your lower back. And we talk about safety all the time.
That's right. Always got to be safe.
Now actually with me, I can work through the full range of motion because I'm very flexible up here in this front part of my deltoid. So it's okay for me to do that because I know my body and I'm comfortable with it. Inhaling on the way down, getting a good stretch and pressing it up nice and slow. This feels great out here in the sun.
Doesn't it?
And exhaling on the way up.
Perfecto.
And I'm squeezing and contracting that muscle at the top.
It's that little bit at the end where you really get the extra out of it.
Yep. And holding it right there and holding that squeeze and lowering it down. The recumbent bike is a great choice for serious cardio training and an excellent way to tone and shape the legs and hips while minimizing any stress on the knees. The reclined angle offers a great variation on the pedaling motion, especially if your active lifestyle of choice is biking. Whether you're on the trail or at the gym, be sure to monitor your heart rate and don't overexert yourself for a great cardio workout. And stay tuned because when we come back, we're on to advanced personal training, only on American Health and Fitness. We'll see you back on Fit TV.
American Health and Fitness is brought to you in part by Slim Fast.
Welcome back to American Health and Fitness on Fit TV, where the symmetry and balance of a well-developed chest like Clark's here is well within your reach.
A lot of your physical makeup is based upon genetics, but that doesn't mean you can't achieve the physique of your dreams, starting with the exercises we're going to take a look at today in advanced physical training. Just practice moderation if you've been training for less than a year.
And choose a couple of the exercises with about 2 to 3 sets each, right, Clark?
That's exactly right. And also keep your reps at about 10 to 12%. That's the best way to build a strong foundation until you reach the level of our other viewers. And then you can incorporate 3 or more of these techniques, varying the sets and reps in each workout.
Well, I'm ready to go.
Right on. Let's get started with advanced chest training.
This advanced chest exercise can be performed on a bench, but the Swiss ball allows the muscle to be worked in an unstable environment. The motion simulates how you actually use the chest muscles in real life. Since your entire body must work in unison to balance the weights, this is a terrific exercise for building strength and coordination. Now, if you don't have a spotter, you can do what Clark's doing and stabilize your feet by using weights. Good thinking, Clark.
I don't want to do a backflip off this ball. It's important that I anchor myself down.
That's right. And see how the ball's placed in the middle of his shoulder blades?
This is real cutting-edge information here, and there's so much that I want to tell you about this Swiss ball. I don't have enough time right now. I want you to keep tuning in because we're going to give you some great stuff. But one thing is, we live in an unstable environment, and I found it's best to train on an unstable environment, to train those stabilizing muscles in the body.
I agree. But see too how he's actually keeping his abdominal wall activated and his hips are raised. That's perfect form.
Now I'm going into the press movement. So I went from the fly, and I'm letting the ball tell me when to come back up. I'm using that as my normal indicator of my range of motion.
And the 2 on the way up and 3 on the way down, nice and slow.
Exactly. And this Swiss ball, I tell you what, I do so many different exercises on it, and this thing is phenomenal. And I just incorporated it, you know, I periodize my workouts. I change it around all the time.
I love it. I'm addicted to it.
It's great. It's great for doing abs, too.
Oh, everything.
But we're doing chest right now, and I'm feeling it. It feels great.
I can see you feeling it.
Down nice and slow, and you can see my body shaking because the environment is unstable that I'm working on here. So I'm working my stabilizing muscles in my body. Probably the most performed conditioning technique in the world, the good old American push-up, is the standard for testing strength and conditioning and a great overall body conditioner if you do it correctly. No excuses here. You don't need anything but your body and the floor to do the good old American push-up. Linda's got her hands placed about at her shoulders. When she comes down, she'll be going directly over her shoulders with her hands under her shoulders actually, and pressing straight up. Now the first thing that usually happens in the push-up is you lose spinal alignment. Most people want to drop their head down, but Linda's not. She's keeping perfect form, lowering it slowly. You don't want your pelvic region to drop either. You want to pull your belly button in to activate the abdominal wall, as always, and this will keep this nice and rigid through here. And you're doing a great job because you're doing the...
Woo! It hurts when you do it correctly, I'll tell you that.
It really does.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm getting ready to have some boot camp flashbacks here because I did about 20 zillion of these things when I was in the Marine Corps. But I tell you what, it works.
They're the best. Some of the basic exercises work the best. It's great alignment, perfect. See how he's keeping his head up?
Chest, shoulders, triceps. I'm using the abdominal wall and pulling it in. I'm getting my abs and everything here.
You're doing everything right.
Squeezing my glutes together at the bottom. This thing conditions your entire body. Once again, no excuses. You can do this right now with us.
Today's healthy lifestyle tip brought to you by SlimFast.
As always here on American Health and Fitness, we save the stretch for after the workout when your muscles are completely warmed up and less prone to injury.
Right again, Clark.
And sweat before you stretch, you know that one. And you want to push into it nice and slowly. You don't want to push beyond your body's ability to stretch. Ease into the movement. Now let me get over there and do something.
Feels good.
And just twist into it, keeping your body, posture, and everything on this one too. And you can feel it working right through here.
It's a good stretch. We did a lot of work on the chest.
This is the hanging reverse crunch or leg raise, an advanced lower abdominal exercise that I've seen performed incorrectly in gyms all across the country. But if you do it correctly, like we're going to show you here, this trouble spot exercise is one of the best lower abdominal exercises you can incorporate into your ab training. Okay, finally, once and for all, we're going to show you how to do this one right. You want to start with your knees already at a 90-degree angle, so you activate the hip flexor muscle. It takes it out of the movement completely, and you're working all lower abdominals, as Linda can agree with me right now. You exhale on the effort, and you roll from the pelvis forward. Now, if you came from your legs straight all the way up, you'd be working all hip flexor, no lower ab. This is all lower ab. You're shortening the movement, but you're making it nice and sweet and hitting that lower abdominal muscle perfectly every rep. Exhale and crunch.
Up ahead, an active lifestyle segment you're not going to want to miss. And up next, we'll be in the kitchen for peak nutrition at the Four Seasons Resort Aviara, here on American Health and Fitness.
We're back at the Four Seasons Aviara, and you're watching American Health and Fitness. And we're in our healthy kitchen with our registered dietitian, Rebecca Mullen.
Hey.
I love it during this segment. It's so great to talk to you, and I know you have some more great things for us today.
Sure do.
Let's talk about refined carbohydrates versus whole grains.
Okay, why is that important? Well, a refined carbohydrate would be something with more processed flour, such as white bread, versus whole wheat bread would be the whole grain.
Okay, why don't you rattle off a list of those, oatmeal and those things for us.
We've got such things as oatmeal, whole wheat bread, whole wheat pitas, whole wheat crackers, any type of oats, bran, rye, those would all be considered whole grains.
Okay, but the whole ones and not the minute oatmeal compared to the whole oats.
Exactly.
Okay.
The stuff that's more processed and more refined is going to have less nutrients. Whole grains are rich in B vitamins, so the more processed it is, you lose all the vitamins and you lose the fiber.
Okay.
Now what the fiber does is it slows down that release of the carbohydrates, so your energy lasts longer. So if you have a slice of wheat bread versus white bread, that wheat bread's going to last you a little bit longer as far as energy. It's more slowly absorbed than the processed white bread.
Okay, so it's not converted to sugar as easily, is that what
Exactly.
you're saying?
It's at a slower rate.
Slower rate in your body. It's kind of like a timed release mechanism.
Exactly. And that fiber is so important and has been shown to decrease your risk of cancer.
That's great. Now, what do we have here?
We've got tabbouleh. This is a great Mediterranean theme today.
Okay.
Tabbouleh is made with bulgur, which is a very whole grain. You can get bulgur in a normal grocery store or find it in more of a health food supermarket. This is rich in whole grains, and we've got some vegetables in there as well. Then over here in our snack, we've got a whole wheat pita with hummus.
I love hummus. It tastes so good. I just love to dip the pita in the hummus.
It's a great balance of your protein and carbohydrates as well.
Right, so we talked about high fiber. So fiber is going to help us with reducing
our cholesterol,
Okay.
preventing cancer, and it's going to give us more energy, longer time frame.
That's great for me because in my workout today, you know, I need a longer sustained energy release.
That
so I
would
can
be a
eat this
great
quick.
pre-workout meal.
You know, this tastes great. I tried it for the first time not too long ago and I loved it. It was fabulous.
Quick and easy too. You can have in your fridge and just grab a bowl real quick of tabbouleh.
Boy, these are some really incredible tips. It's so great. I love this segment of the show. This is so fun. I have so much fun learning from you because
Good.
you are the expert here. And I thank you so much for joining me here today.
My pleasure.
And I know our viewers are excited too. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
SlimFast presents today's balanced nutrition tip. Stay with us. We're coming right back with active lifestyles here on Fit TV.
Feel like going back to your childhood? pedals pumping, tires turning up the dirt under your feet, heart racing as you take to the terrain like a kid with a new toy. Well, mountain biking may just be for you. It's a sport that works the entire body, the hips, legs, and abs, and every major muscle group of the upper body, just to stabilize the bike.
Welcome back to American Health and Fitness for today's featured active lifestyle, mountain biking. Now this is one that anyone can do, man, woman, boy, or girl, it doesn't matter. You're in for a treat because here comes three-time world champion Kathy Sessler to teach us some tips on what made her a world champion mountain biker. Welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you here today.
I'm very glad to be here.
What an entrance, man. That's great.
It's part of what I do.
Now, how long have you been mountain biking?
I've been mountain biking since 1989. I had a 7-year professional career, and now I'm a stunt woman on bikes.
Okay, great. Well, I'm excited to learn some techniques. Why don't you go over some techniques with me so we can go out there on the hills?
I'd love to teach you, Clark.
Okay, show me.
Let's go.
Kathy, on today's show, I focused in on upper body strength training and conditioning. How important is it in mountain biking to be strong in the upper body?
A strong upper body is critical in mountain biking. Most people think for fitness training for mountain bike, you need to strengthen your lower legs. Hey, you're going to get on the bike, your legs are going round and round. That's a no-brainer. When you get off-road, you have rough terrain to deal with. You need to have tricep, bicep, forearm strength, back strength, chest strength.
Now we're getting ready to go out and hit some hills. I'm excited to be riding with a world champion. So why don't you give me some techniques that I can use to keep up with you out there and give our viewers some stuff that they can use at home.
Okay, well, we're talking about braking and cornering techniques today. 70% of your stopping power is with your front brake. And as you can realize, your front brake, if you use it too fast or too strong, it can pitch you over the bars very easy. Common thing beginner riders do is they ride with their feet in a parallel position, and they tend to sit on their seat. What happens is your center of gravity at that point is way up here.
Okay.
So what you want to do is lower your center of gravity by weighting your outside pedal and just hovering off your saddle here. So it may look like I'm sitting on it, but I'm not. My weight is down here, and you can see as you pivot the bike in this manner, it's all pivoting off of my foot as I'm just hovering off the saddle and weighting that outside pedal.
Why don't we go take a little ride?
I think you're ready.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Kathy, that was intense.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I had so much fun. I want to thank you for bringing out your crew and your truck. This is incredible. Next time you want to have a great mountain bike ride, be sure to incorporate these techniques and always be safe. Now you can really see how the chest plays a crucial role as one of your body's major stabilizing forces, even with an activity that emphasizes the lower body like mountain biking. I learned from my time with Kathy Sessler that the pecs and all the muscles of the upper torso are constantly being put to extremes in maneuvering a mountain bike through all sorts of terrain. Men and women will instantly feel more power in every muscle group by keeping proper functional motion in mind when they're out enjoying their favorite active lifestyle or using the techniques that we learned in the gym today. In your chest workout, you'll want to train at least the upper and middle pectorals in every chest session about every 4 to 5 days, bundling the exercises with other pressing movements like shoulders or triceps. Put your mind into the way you train the muscle, and you'll find advanced PT taking you to the next level.
Now it's time for our recap checkpoint, courtesy of Paul Chek Seminars. American Health and Fitness is brought to you in part by Slim Fast.
Can you believe we're out of time already? Time flies when you're getting healthier, doesn't it, Clark?
It really does, Linda.
We've really learned so much in the past half hour.
You've been great, and you were a trooper on this show. Thanks a lot.
I had a great time, and wow, that mountain biking active lifestyle segment, that was amazing. I'm going to try that myself.
You should try it.
See ya.
I hope we showed you how versatile and necessary a strong chest workout can be. Since the chest represents power, I'd like to remind you that you have the power to be in any physical condition you want, no matter what your age from 8 to 80. Exercise, good nutrition, and a great attitude is all you need. Live the life that you want. So as always, I'm asking you, what are you waiting for? Until next time, from the beautiful Four Seasons Resort, Aviara, I'm Clark Bartram, your host for American Health and Fitness, right here on Fit TV.